This is the Impulsive Thinker Podcast, a show for high-achieving ADHD entrepreneurs. Together, we will inform and educate you about how to improve your self-awareness while developing systems, routines, and habits for conquering the entrepreneurial world. Here is your host, Andre Brisson.
Hey there, it's Andre the Impulsive Thinker. This past week I was talking with Eric Solbakken, and we were discussing the high-functioning alcoholic and what it may sound like and what it may look like. And it was a really great conversation, and the point of that conversation was for the fact that you, the listener, can hear what it sounds like and what it feels like, and that you're not alone, or the person you think is an alcoholic is not alone, and how to better support them, and also how to support yourself and to get help. And the main point of this discussion is nothing about being ashamed of being an alcoholic. It's all about recognizing the signs and dealing with it. So before I get more into that, I do want to point out a few things that popped out to me during the conversation, and reflecting on that is, one, someone cares and would have said something to me. There are people out there. Two, I'm not the only one with struggles. So I'm not the only one. I'm not the only loser, and or feel like I'm the only loser. Three, someone is willing to be there. And when I am ready to deal with it, so like Eric said, that he said, dude, I would have been there for you. I would have told you. And I go there and I'd be there with you through the process, which he has done for many other alcoholics in the past. So someone is willing to be there for me. Yet he did say, when I am ready, because you can't force a lot of this. The person needs to want to get help to be effective. And four is, would I have listened to him? I have a feeling I probably would have been denial. I said, no. And knowing Eric and the people that are out there that would want to help you would keep talking to me about it, not pushing me, but talking to me about it. And if I didn't realize that I was going down this road, I could have had my bell rung again. And another bottom floor. So those are the things that popped out to me, and I want you to reflect on that. When someone cares and would have said something or would say something to you if they care, it could be a stranger. I'm not the only one with these struggles, so it happens to more than just me. It's not a moral failing. Someone is willing to be there for you when you're ready, and something to ask yourself, would you listen to this person if they said, I think you're an alcoholic and you require help? So the other thing he also had is his key insight to me being an alcoholic, which really hit me. It was in regards to the short I did with the podcast with Dr. Parhar and about substance use disorders, when I was obsessing how I can handle my drinking and control my drinking. He says that was an immediate sign that I have alcoholic tendencies. And if I would have said something to him like that sooner, he would have had that conversation with me. Because he said his point is that non-alcoholics don't have to worry about that. They drink, they stop, they walk away. They don't have to think about controlling and handling the drinking. And he's right. I did have an obsession, always concerned about how much I was drinking. And I think I convinced myself that I was doing the right thing by being a responsible person, but I was having an obsession. And more on this point, as I was writing notes for this short, actually, I can actually go back to my university days, over 25 years or so ago. It was one of my first binges on alcohol, and I actually woke up, quote unquote, after realizing I was on a 1-month bender in a 3.5-month school term. I stopped drinking. I passed the term. Luckily, I don't understand. Not that I did much work to begin with. I absolutely did nothing, because what happened was a good friend of mine, my roommate, got hit by a car on his pedal bike and died almost immediately after being in a coma for a couple of days. And no one told me. I didn't know for 3 months that he had passed. And I went back to the work term. And when I found out, I ran the orientation for Auschwitz, and then I started my first month of that term. I never went to class. I just drank. I realized we were going to the bar restaurant when it opened at 11, and we were closing it almost every day for 4 weeks straight. And then it just hit me like, what the hell am I doing? This is bad. I don't want to become an alcoholic. So I quit drinking for about 5 months then. And upon that reflection, I think that's when I became an alcoholic. And from then on, that's when I obsessed about my drinking and making sure I can control it. And when I think things were starting to go too far, I would do these dry spells of not drinking. And I don't think we can get a better example of what a high-functioning alcoholic is. And I think you can correlate this with a high-functioning drug addict, any other type of substance that we start relying on and we obsess about using not enough. And I think, the conversation with Dr. Parhar, now this discussion with Eric, and what I'm sharing here is the high-functioning alcoholic or substance use abuser is kind of socially acceptable because we're doing so well, we're still doing things, but again, it's at our expense because of our pain, okay? So the one thing I really want you to take away here is there's nothing wrong with you being an alcoholic or an addict, okay? There's nothing wrong with you. Like Eric said, it's a thinking problem, not a drinking problem. It's a mental health thing. It's a pain. It's a trauma. You don't have the tools yet to deal with it. And there's nothing wrong with that. You just have to learn a new skill like I did, like Eric did. That's all. Like he said, staying sober is no longer a problem to him or a daily challenge because he dealt with the real problem, because the alcohol was not the problem. His problem was an internal thing, his thinking problem, and he dealt with that. Now, the thinking problem is still a daily challenge, but the alcohol is no longer, staying sober is no longer a challenge for him. Okay? So you have to learn a new skill. That's all. It is that simple, but it's not that easy. It's difficult. It's a difficult skill, but you can learn it, and it works with support. So friends and family will help. If you don't have friends and family that are willing to help you because there may not be the right environment for you, you can find strangers that will help. You got the Alcoholics Anonymous. You got the Addicts Anonymous. You got a bunch of strangers who've been through this. Myself and Eric are willing to help anyone who wants support. There are people out there. They may not be in your inner circle. They might be in your inner family, but they're out there. Environment has everything to do with it. You may require an environment change, which might be a change of friends, family, work, places you hang out. But in the end, what is best for you, you've got to do that. And if people start accusing you of being selfish, well, who's the one being selfish? You who wants to be better for yourself and for those around you, or the ones that want to keep you to be you so you can support them in their environment. And so if you're accused of being selfish, look at the person. That's the person who's being selfish because you want to put yourself first. There's nothing wrong with being selfish, like Eric said. Take care of self. That's the only way you can take care of other people. And I know there'll be a lot more happier people that you're good, sober, and you've got control of your thinking problem. If you do need help or support, please reach out to me or to anyone that you want. I will be there. Just send me an email. Reach out to me on the website. And thanks again for listening, and let me know what you think. Hey, it's me. Is your workspace overwhelming, full of distractions, hard to focus? Some people call it a mess. Well, I can help. Go to tacticalbts.com/ADHD Safe Workspace and learn about my new course, the ADHD Safe Workspace, where I will help you regain control of your workspace and reduce your overwhelm and increase your focus. Again, tacticalbts.com/ADHD Safe Workspace. Check it out.
Thank you for listening to the Impulsive Thinker podcast. If you have a question, comment, or suggestion for the show, please visit theimpulsivethinker.com. The Impulsive Thinker podcast is produced by Tactical Breakthroughs and hosted by Andre Brisson. Remember, ADHD is only a part of you, not all of you.